Hello everyone! How are you today? I hope that you are all doing good as we embark on another journey in learning science. Welcome to Module 7, Biological Macromolecules. I am Teacher Angel, your science teacher. In today's lesson, you will learn about the structures of biomolecules such as carbohydrates, lipids, nucleic acid, and proteins, and determine their properties and functions. And so, for our objectives, at the end of this video, you should be able to distinguish the biomolecule structure between the carbohydrates and proteins. Summarize the general characteristics of each biomolecules. Relate the structures of biomolecules with their properties and functions. And make
Now,
a conceptual
when you hear the word fats and oils,
recall that in your grade 10 chemistry, macromolecules were composed of elements primarily carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. Also, you have seen their structures. Have you already taken your meal? If so, can you mention the foods you eat? What are the primary sources of this? Did you know any health benefits and harmful effects they can give? Have you ever thought why you appear and behave the way you are? You are a unique individual. You get a unique body build, skin composition, way of thinking, and many other peculiar abilities. There is only one you in the entire world. Now, let us check how much do you know about biomolecules by answering the following questions. You will be given 5 seconds to answer every question. Good luck! 1. When the following biological molecule can be mostly found in bread? A. Carbohydrates. B. Lipids. C. Nucleic acid. And D. Proteins. Number 2. Which biomolecule has a chemical structure of C6 H12O6? A. Carbohydrates. B. Lipids. C. Nucleic acid. And D. Proteins. Number 3. Which of the following contains 2 units of simple sugar? A. Monosaccharide. B. Disaccharide. C. Polysaccharide. And D. All of the above. Number 4. Which of the following is an example of a monosaccharide? A. Fructose. B. Glucose. C. Galactose. And D. All of the above. Number 5. In which type of biomolecules do saturated fatty acid belongs? A. Nucleic acids. B. Lipids. C. Proteins. And D. Carbohydrates. Good job! In time, you will be able to build more your understanding about our topic and do better in the next assessment. Before we learn further about biomolecules, let us review some important concepts by performing the next activity. In this activity, You will underline the related words for biomolecules that is inside the box. The words may be running in all possible directions, horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. You may join if you want. When you are ready, let's begin. Congratulations! Let us now journey into the world of biomolecules that is very essential and important to us. Now, get ready with your ball pen and notebook for you to be able to arrange the images and information together by writing the code. Write the correct code on a separate sheet of paper. The first one is done for you. When you're ready, let's begin. Did you learn many things about the biomolecules and its structure, description, and food source? To understand more, here are the following concepts to learn. So, let us define what is biomolecule. Biomolecules are large organic compounds that are important to life's processes, such as respiration and metabolism. There are numerous biomolecules with different structures and functions. They are generally classified into 4 major groups. But today, we will just focus on proteins and carbohydrates. So, what are the different types of biological macromolecules and their corresponding functions and properties? Proteins are biomolecules composed of amino acid units. Amino acids are organic molecules that have a central carbon atom bonded to 4 different groups: an amino group, an acidic carboxyl group, a hydrogen atom, and a variable side chain or the R. The side chain can range from a single hydrogen atom to complex ring structure. In a protein, the amino acids are linked via a peptide bond. This peptide bond is formed between an amino group of one amino acid and an acid carboxyl group of another amino acid. A chain of 2 or more amino acids linked together by peptide bonds is called peptide. The shape of a protein is important so that it can carry out its function. Long chains of amino acids fold into a unique 3-dimensional shape. Some areas of a protein may twirl into helices, like the coils of a telephone cord. Other areas may be repeatedly bent into a pleated shape, like the folds of an accordion. An important intermolecular force of attraction that dictates and maintains the shape of a protein is the hydrogen bonding. Many proteins function as enzymes, which are molecules that catalyze or speed up chemical reactions in the body. The reactant molecules bind to the active site of the enzymes, where they react to form products. Enzymes have shapes that are highly specific for their functions. A slight change to their structures will inhibit them to do their function. Other functions are transport proteins, which carry small particles throughout the body. Structural proteins are fibrous proteins which have long, thin structures. Also, proteins can participate in neutral, acidic, or basic reactions because their amino acids have an acidic carboxyl end and a basic amino end. The amino acids are amphoteric, which means they can function either as an acid or base. The next is carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are molecules that are composed of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. They have a general formula of CH2O. They can be grouped depending on the number of their monomer units called saccharides. Also, carbohydrates can be divided into three major groups: monosaccharides, disaccharides, and polysaccharides. Monosaccharides are the simplest form of carbohydrates. They contain either 5 or 6 carbon atoms. They have open chain and cyclic forms. A typical example of monosaccharide is glucose, C6 H12O6, one of the products of photosynthesis in plants. Disaccharides are two monosaccharides bonded to each other. The monosaccharides are linked through an ether group. A common example of a disaccharide is the sweetener sucrose or table sugar. Sucrose is formed by glucose and fructose. Polysaccharides are long chains of monosaccharide units. They are also called complex carbohydrates. Similar to disaccharide, the monosaccharides in a polysaccharide are linked through an ether bond. An example of a polysaccharide is starch, which is used to store energy in plants, and it is comprised solely of glucose subunits. The main function of carbohydrates is to store and provide energy. Also, it serves as the framework of cellular structures. On their properties, monosaccharides and disaccharides are small molecules with multiple polar groups, so they are water-soluble. Because they exhibit hydrogen bonding in their structures, they have high melting point. In comparison, polysaccharides are less soluble due to their large sizes and complex shapes. This time, make a concept map of the 4 types of biomolecules and their properties and functions using the different terms in the box. Are you ready? Then let's begin! You're doing a great job there, learner! Keep it fired up for the next activity. This time, I will be flashing questions for you to answer with choices that you can choose from. I am giving you 5 seconds to answer each question. Your time starts now. 1. When the following biological molecule can be mostly found in bread? A. Carbohydrates. B. Lipids. C. Nucleic acid. And D. Proteins. Number 2. Which biomolecule has a chemical structure of C6 H12 O6? A. Carbohydrates. B. Lipids. C. Nucleic acid. And D. Protein. Number 3. Which of the following contains 2 units of simple sugar? A. Monosaccharide. B. Disaccharide. C. Polysaccharide. And D. All of the above. Number 4. Which of the following is an example of a monosaccharide? A. Fructose. B. Glucose. C. Galactose. And D. All of the above. Number 5. In which type of biomolecules do saturated fatty acid belongs? A. Nucleic acids. B. Lipids. C. Proteins. And D. Carbohydrates. Here's another activity in which you will apply what you have learned about. What will happen to the protein being synthesized in the ribosomes if an error occurs in the genetic information pass from the DNA to the RNA? For your assignment, define the following. 1. Lipids. 2. Nucleic acid. Thank you for watching this video. You have been with me, your Mom Angel, saying, have a nice day and see you next time.